Hi everyone, I'm Zahara Rasheeda. So this is my web application which I have created to the web programming and database management questions. So today I'm going to explain you the 21 question of database. So before we go to the 21 question, it is based on the 16th main question, which is shown here. So this is our 21 question. So this is the 21 question set. Now let's go to the first question. What is the highest mark obtained in the first term mathematics subject? So that means we should write the query to find the highest marks of first term mathematics subject. So for this I will use the SQL software. First, separately I will find the exam term and the subject. Select all from exam term. Select all from exam term. When I execute the query, you can see I have got all the details of the exam term table. So to get only the first term, I will use the where keyword. And I will give the column name. And as the value, I will give her, and I will give her first term. When I execute the query, you can see I have got the first term record. To get only the ID, here I will give the table name and then the column name has term ID. Now when I execute the query, you can see here I have got the term ID of the first term. So now I will comment this query. After that, you can see we need the mathematics subject. So now I will give a search query to search all the data from the subject table. You can see we have got all the data according to the subject table. After that, to search only the mathematics subject, I will use the where keyword. And I will give her subject name. When I execute the query, you can see I have got only the mathematics subject. To get only the subject ID, here I will give the column name. So you can see I have got only the subject ID. So for now, I will comment this query. And they have told to find the highest marks. So to find the highest marks, I will give a search query. And I will use the max keyword to get the highest marks. Inside the brackets, I will give the table name as student exam mark record. And I will give the column name as mark from where now I will give the where keyword to mention what we should find. So first I will find from the subject ID. Now I will copy this query and I will paste inside this bracket. After that, I will use AND. Student exam mark record. I will get the term ID also. Inside that, I will copy the search query of the term. I will copy the search query which I used to find the term, and to end the query I will use the semicolon mark. Now when I execute this query, you can see I have got the highest mark of the mathematics subject in the first term. And you can see here the column name has shown like this. So we can use another name. So for that, I will use the as keyword. When I execute the query, you can see the column name have been changed as the highest marks of mathematics. So you can see this is how I have completed the query. Now let's go to the second question. Here they have told, what is the highest mark obtained in the second term science subject? That means we must search the highest marks of the second term science subject. First, I will write the query to search all the terms, to search all the exam terms. So here you can see in the question they have mentioned as second term. So to get only the second term record, I will use the where keyword. can see now only the second term record have been loaded. To get only the term ID, you can see here I have got only the exam term ID. For now, I will comment this query. Now I will give a search query to search the subject. Here you can see I have loaded all the subjects. So from these 3 subjects, I need only the science subject. So for that, I will give the where keyword. And I will, to get only the ID, here I will give as subject dot subject ID. Now when I execute the query, you can see I have got only the subject ID. So for now, I will comment this query. To get the highest mark of the second term science subject, I will write this query as select, and I will give the column name as dot mark from. Now I will mention the table. Where first now to mention what we should find. Now using the where keyword, I will mention what I need to find. I will give the column name as subject ID. Inside the bracket, I will copy this query which I have created already. And again, after that, to search from another column, I will use the AND keyword, and here I will give the table name. Now I will give the column name as the exam term ID. Inside the brackets, to search the term ID, I will use this query which I have created already. Now when I execute this query, you can see I have got the highest marks of the science subject in the second term. You can see I have got the highest marks of the second term science subject. Now to change the column name, here I will give to change the column name. Here I will give the as keyword, and I will give the name as highest marks of science. Now when I execute the query, you can see the column name have been changed as the highest marks of science. So now let's go to the third question. Here they have told what is the highest mark obtained by the students for all the subjects in the second term. So for that, first I will create this query. And I will write as select or from exam term so you can see I have got all the records from the exam term table, where exam term, I will take the term name equal second term to get only the term ID. So you can see I have got only the exam term ID. For now, I will comment this query. And to get the highest marks of all the subjects, I will write as select, and I will give, to search the highest mark, I will give the keyword as max. Inside the brackets, I will give the table name. Inside the brackets, I will give the column name. From student exam mark record Now to mention what I need to find, I will use the where keyword. I will mention the column name as subject ID. Inside the brackets, I will give this query which I have already. I will give this search query which I have already typed. Now when I execute this query, you can see I have got the highest marks from the all three subjects. After that, to change the column name, you can see it's too long. So to change the column name, I will use the as keyword, and I will give as highest marks of all subject. Now when I execute the query, you can see the column name have been changed as highest marks of all students. So you can see the column name have been changed as highest marks of all subject. So now let's go to the fourth question. Here they have told which subject got the highest mark in the second term. So here I need to search the subject name which have got the highest marks in the second term. First I will clear this query. Here first I will select the exam term ID. Now I will give the table name as exam term. I will give the exam term name. So you can see I have got the term ID of the second term. So for now I will comment this query. Now I will give a search query to search the highest mark. So for that I will use the keyword as max. I will give the table name. To mention what we need to find, I will use the where keyword. Inside these brackets, now I will copy this search query which I have already written to find the second term. Now when I execute the query, you can see I have got the highest mark. So you can see when I execute the query, I have got the highest mark of the second term exam. Now I will add brackets to this query. After that, I will write a select query. I will give the column name from student exam record. Where exam mark record the mark in. Now when I execute the query, you can see I have got the subject ID has 3. So to get the subject name, I will add this query also inside brackets. After that, I will add another query as select subject name from subject table where subject ID in. After that, now when I execute the query, you can see I have got the subject name as Sinhala language and literature. So that means the highest marks for the second term have been got to the Sinhala language and literature. So now let's go to the 5th question. Here they have told, find the details of the student who got the highest marks in the second term. So now I need to find the student details who have got the highest mark in the second term. First I will clear this query. After that, as usual, I will give a search query to search the exam term. Give the term name as second term. Now when I execute the query, I can get the exam term ID. For now, I will comment this query. After that, to find the highest mark, I will give a search query using the max keyword. Inside the brackets, I will give the column name. From, and then the table name. Here I will use the where keyword to mention what I need to find. Inside the brackets, I will add the search query which I have used to find the term. Now when I execute the query, you can see I have got the highest mark. So now first I will find the student ID who have got the highest marks. So for that I will add this query inside brackets, and then I will give a search query. Where student exam mark record mark in. So now when I execute the query, so here you can see I have got the student index number who have got highest marks. So to find the student name, I will add this query also inside brackets. After that, I will give a search query to find the name. From the student table, I will use the first name. And the last name. From the student table, where the student index number is equal to student exam mark record table. Now when I execute the query, you can see I have got the first and last name of the student who have got the highest mark. So this is how the query will be when I need to find the student name who have got the highest mark. So now let's go to the sixth question. Find the details of the student who have got the highest marks in mathematics in the first term exam and the class in which he studied. So here I need to find the details of the student who have got the highest marks in the mathematics in first term, and also I need to find his class. Now I will clear this query. To find the exam term, to search the exam term ID, here I will give the query as select exam term ID from exam term table, where the exam term name should be as first term. So you can see I have got the term ID as 1. So for now I will comment this query. After that I will give a search query to find the subject ID. From subject table, where the subject name should be equal to mathematics. this query I have got the subject ID as 1. Now I will comment this query also. After that, to get the highest marks, I will use the keyword called max, and inside the brackets I will mention the column name, student exam mark record dot mark from. Now I will give the table name as student exam mark record, where here I will mention what I need to find. Here I will mention what columns I need to find. So I will give as student exam mark record dot subject ID inside the brackets I will use the query which I have created to find the subject, and I will paste inside the brackets. And student exam mark record dot, I will give the term ID inside the brackets. I will give this query which I have used to search the term ID. Now when I execute the query, you can see I have got the highest marks of the mathematics subject in first term. So to get the student details, first I need to select the student ID. So for that I will add brackets to this query, and then I will give a search query, select student index number from student exam mark record table, where student exam mark record dot mark in. So you can see I have got the student index number like this. After that, to get the student name, I will add this inside brackets. And I will give as select student first name, student last name, class name from student table, join class table, on student index number equal to class ID, where student index number in. Now when I execute the query, you can see I have got the highest marks. Now when I execute the query, you can see I have got the first name and the last name and also the class name of the student who have got the highest marks for mathematics in first term. So that is how I have written the query for the 6th question. Hope you understood everything about the 21st question set. Thank you.